God is good. You guys are welcome to Make Boss tutorial, and our topic partial fractions and shortcuts. Remember our hashtag, you don't need to be a scholar to get an A, and my YouTube handle at MakeBall tutorial. You're welcome to the part 2 of partial fraction and shortcuts. Okay, in the last class, in the part 1 of partial fraction, we talked about linear factors where we introduced, I think, 2 examples. In today's class, or in this part 2, we're going to be looking at shortcuts under these examples. Now remember what we discussed. We said linear factors, if we have an expression of this form, they can be resolved in partial fractions to give something like this: a over x plus a plus b over x plus b plus c over x plus c. Okay, now let's look at some shortcuts. Now the name of this shortcut is the Kirchhoff's rules. Yes, it's called the Kirchhoff's rules. Now, having a partial fraction 4x minus 5 over x squared minus x minus 2. Okay, we know that x squared minus x minus 2 is a quadratic expression. So we find our factors, which is x minus 2, x plus 1. There's no shortcut for that, you must do that one. Okay, then we, instead of writing x squared minus x minus 2, we put our factors instead: x minus 2 in bracket x plus 1. Then we resolve this partial fraction into this. We resolve this expression into this partial fraction. Yes, so resolving it, since it is a linear factors, we have linear factors, it will give us what? A over x minus 2 plus b over x plus 1, just as we discussed in the part 1 of partial fraction. Then this is where the shortcut comes in. This is where it comes in. So what you have is that under a, what factor do I have? I have factor x minus 2. So since I have factor x minus 2, I equate x minus 2 to 0. So I have x minus 2 equals 0. And x will be giving me plus 2, right? Then I put this plus 2. Now look at this algebraic expression here. I have 4x minus 5. Then I cancel out this x minus 2 because I have used it. Cancelling out the x minus 2, what will it remain? It will remain 4x minus 5 over x plus 1. Then I put the value of x equals to into this equation. Do we understand? Okay, let's clean up our work and let me explain again. Now, resolving our algebraic expression into this partial fraction, that's a over x minus 2 plus b over x plus 1. Then I ask myself, what is the factor under a? The factor under a is x minus 2, so I bring it out, x minus 2, then I equate it to 0. Okay, so equating it to 0 will give me the value of x to be equals to 2, right? Then I check my expression here. This expression, I see I have 4x minus 5 over x minus 2 x plus 1. Since we've used x minus 2, I cancel out x minus 2, and it remains 4x minus 5 over x plus 1. Finish. Then this equation. Is that okay? And that's what we did here. So putting the value, instead of 4x, I have 4 into bracket 2 minus 5, and I have 2 plus 1. 4 times 2 is what? Is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. And just as simple as ABC, we've gotten the value of our A. Very sweet, right? Yes, let's find the value of our B. Okay, let's clean our work first. Now the value of our B, using the same rule, you know, under B we have factor x plus 1. Can you see it here? We have factor x plus 1. So we just pick out x plus 1 and we equate it to 0. Solving this, we know x will give us what? Minus 1. Then under this your expression, you cancel out x plus 1 because you've used it. What does it remain? It remains 4x minus 5 over what? X minus 2. Then you put the value of x, which is minus 1, into this expression, and you get the value for your b. Very simple. So doing that here, our b is 4 into minus 1 minus 5 over minus 1 minus 2. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. And minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. So minus 4 minus 5 will give us minus 9 over minus 3. If you cancel out the minus, 3 in 3, 1, 3 in 9 is what? Is 3, right? And that's why we have 3 here. So the value of our b is also what? 3. So now we found the value of our a to be equal to 1, and the value of our b to be equal to 3. And you just put it in your resolved partial fraction, which is equal to what? 1 over x minus 2 plus 3 over x minus 2. You see how short it is? Very, very short. With this shortcut, with accurate and good understanding of this shortcut, you can resolve a partial and algebraic expression into partial fraction in less than 45 seconds. Okay, let's look at the second example before we end today's class. The second example, as we introduced in the part 1, is 11 minus 3x over x squared plus 2x minus 3. We also do the same thing. The first thing to do is that we find the factors of x squared plus 2x minus 3. And we got the factors to be what? X minus 1, x plus 3. Now resolving this algebraic fraction into partial fraction, we get a over x minus 1 plus b over x plus 3. Why are we getting this? Because this is a linear factor. Is that okay? Now, how do we find a? What do we have under a? X minus 1, right? So we equate x minus 1, we equate it to 0. Solving this, we have x is equal to what? 1, right? Then under this expression here, we cancel out x minus 1 because it has been used. Then we have 11 minus 3x over x plus 3, right? Then we'll put the value of x into this expression. So we have, and that's what we did here. So we have 11 minus 3, x now is 1, right? So we have 11 minus 3, 1. Then we have 1 plus 3, right? So 3 times 1 is 3. 11 minus 3 is what? Is 8, right? 1 plus 3 is 4. So 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. That's why the value of our a is equal to 2. Very short and simple. Same with, let's clean our work and solve for b. Okay, for b also, if we check what is the factor beneath b, x plus 3, right? Good. We pick it out and we equate x plus 3 equals 0, right? So we have x into minus 3. Then under this our expression again, we cancel out x plus 3. What does it remain? It remains 11 minus 3x over x minus 1. Putting the value of x minus 3 into this, I think that's what we did here. So we have 11 minus 3 into minus 3 over minus 3 minus 1. This minus times minus will give us what? Plus. 3 times 3 is 9. It will give us 11 plus 9. And 11 plus 9 is equal to what? Equals to 20. Minus 3 minus 1 is equal to minus 4. 20 divided by minus 4 is what? Is minus 5. So the value of our b is also what? Is also minus 5. Then we put the values into our resolved partial fraction. Let's clean our work. Putting our value, we know that a is what? We have the first one is a over x minus 1. So instead of a now I write 2, right? Then for b, what do I write? B is minus 5. So it will be plus times minus, which will give us what? Minus here. Is that okay? Then we have 5 over x plus 3. So with this shortcut, we are able to solve partial fraction more accurately and faster. So that brings us to the end of this part on partial fraction. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos. Make sure you like and you comment. We'll be looking at part 3 of partial fraction in our next class. Thank you. May God bless you.